Hi, how are you? Authentic relationship. Is it important that you have an authentic relationship? And what is it? If we just think about it. Well, I think authentic relationship is the relationship that you feel that you can be yourself. You don't have to pretend, and you don't have to try to be something that you are not. You are not afraid. You are never afraid how they will react if you tell them something, or if you are some kind of mood or something like that, or something terrible happens. You are never afraid to tell them that this kind of thing happened, because you may not know how they react, but you know that they will consider you. So they will say that, okay, that this thing happened, what do we do now? Instead of saying that this happened, how could you let it happen? What did you do? What were you thinking? And you feel good. You feel good about yourself in that relationship. Why is this important? This being in that kind of authentic relationship, that you can really be yourself, you can share what you want, you can tell how you feel, and you can expect nothing but honesty. Why is it important? Well, I tell you one example. For example, if your dream would have been to paint, so you have this notion that every holiday I would like to have a canvas and my gear, and every time I see a beautiful landscape, I will just stop and paint the landscape and then move forward. Then I may have a collection of landscape paintings, and I would have an exhibition and galleries, and somebody would maybe notice that I am exceptionally good about painting landscapes. And this is something, this kind of fairy tale that goes on and on and on in your head. But you have the notion that if you would say, for example, to your wife or your husband, when you are on holiday, that, okay, let's stop here, stop the car, I would like to paint this landscape. And you think that they will say that, what a nonsense. You paint something, you don't know anything about painting, and we have better things to do. Let's go to the next town and eat ice cream. So you think that they will say this, and so you never speak up. You never say that, actually, I would like to stop and paint this scenery. And every time you go by that kind of a place that you would like to paint, you are a little bit more bitter. And you think that they are holding you down. They are hindering you to be the best self you have, and to try out something that you really want. And you end up hating them. Little by little, you think that when they are gone, then you will have the holiday that you like, and you will paint all the landscapes that you can find. That's not good for you. And that's not good for your relationship. Instead of trying to have some kind of authenticity and tell that, by the way, I would like to paint landscapes. Maybe they would say that, okay, we'll take an hour every day and you can paint your landscape, and I can just take a nap, and everything would be fine. But if you have no confidence in your relationship, or you don't have that kind of relationship that you could say that kind of things, that actually I want something that isn't very useful or doesn't bring any money, at least for a foreseeable future, but I just want to do something. But if you don't have that kind of confidence, if you don't have that kind of relationship, then that's a shame. But if you want to, you can try to change your relationship, to develop together. especially if you are a little bit later in years, so you are 40, 50, maybe you don't have a small children anymore, or even if you do, then you have more energy when you are younger, so that balances out to gap in time. But try to think about it. And I know that it's easy to say that just be honest and just say everything you feel, and don't make it like bad remarks and do this and don't do that, and then you have authentic relationship. But I don't believe in that. I believe in authentic relationships, but I don't believe in these kind of lists of do's and don'ts. And then you have your perfect relationship. Perfect relationship is not doing, it's being. And to be able to be, you have to rehearse it a little bit more than just like a checklist. Today I said good morning. Today I said thank you. Today I didn't say anything nasty. Today I didn't say that you have put on a little bit weight. But all hope is not lost. So instead of course, you can read all the lists that what you should do and what you shouldn't do. I advise you to talk freely. For example, this kind of a very easy exercise that was originally meant for something totally different, but of course I use it for my own good. I tend to do that, use things for something they weren't intended to. But think about your day. Think about your dream day. What would it be like? Don't think that if you hate your job, don't think that you have to go to work. If you love your work, then think that you go to work. And tell this to your spouse. That, for example, my ideal day was that I will wake up when the sun is already rising, so it begins to be light. I have no hurry, I have no rush. I can take an hour to go to shower and have a coffee and have a breakfast. And after that, I may do some work. Maybe if my work would be making these videos, I would somehow collect ideas and think what I'm going to talk about, and then maybe have a walk outside when it's noon, so the sun is in the highest in the sky, and so forth, until the evening. That my ideal evening would be to sit outside, hopefully it's warm, with my husband and look the sun go down, and after that read a bit and then go to bed. But if you start to tell about your ideal day, you tell a lot. And then you can discuss that, okay, what are the things that are actually doable? I can take a walk, not in the noon, but in the middle of the day. I can do that because I'm an entrepreneur, so nobody watches my hours. It's not convenient possible, but it's doable. And I sometimes do it because I want to see the sun. But in that kind of things, you can try to open the discussion and the environment for that you actually say what's in your heart and how you feel. And if you make a pact when you start to discuss this, that we don't make remarks like this is not doable because we need money, this is not doable because we have small kids, this is not doable because we have a parrot. Don't do that, because of course we all know that if we describe our ideal day, this kind of fantasy, we do not have to take these to account, because you cannot dream if you lower the bar all the time to the things that you have to work in. Because let's face it, have you ever had the situation when you think that your days just go? My husband asked me one day that, where does your time go? And I was like, why are you asking this? Because he thought that I look like I'm doing something all the time, and I'm saying all the time that I have this and this and this that I would like to do, but I don't have the time. And that really made me wonder what I'm doing all the time. Do you ever face the same? You think that your day is a to-do list from the start to the end, and there is nothing fun. That is not. Oh, the lamp died. Excuse me. Now I'm lit only half of the face, but you can see me nonetheless. Let's not stick into that. But do this. Sit down, both of you together. And of course, if the other one hasn't seen this video, then just make them watch it or just summarize what it's about. And the other thing that I would do, this very similar kind of exercise, is to think about what kind of holiday you would have. Like a single day in your holiday. Because that also tells a lot. It tells to your spouse and it tells to you. Because it's a funny thing, if we think about something, it may, for example, seem very plausible, but when we explain it out loud, then we know that, oh, okay, this is not possible, this is not even sane, this is not a reasonable thought even in any case. So when you speak up, then you really realize what you're talking about. And if you talk about your dream day, you will at the same time think about what it means. And if you both can tell each other what's your dream day and what's your dream holiday, you have a good start. But I will continue about this topic of authentic relationship. And of course, there is the topic of finding your authentic self, which is like tied together. But try these exercises if you will. I find them very nice. I have done them. I have tortured my husband with these kind of ideas that I would like to have, and he has been able to cheer me to make things happen. But please write down comments down below if you try this and how does it go. I hope you have a great day. I see you soon. Goodbye.